To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell the truth. The answers are all out there, we just need to ask the right questions. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. We are all in the gutter. But some of us are looking at the stars. It takes a great deal of courage to see the world in all its tainted glory, and still to love it. The only thing to do with good advice is to pass it on. It is never of any use to oneself. They've promised that dreams can come true, but forgot to mention that nightmares are dreams, too. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. Questions are never indiscreet. Answers sometimes are. There is only one thing in life worse than being talked about. And that is not being talked about. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. Art is the most intense mode of individualism that the world has known. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. The world is divided into two classes: those who believe the incredible and those who do the improbable. Laughter is not at all a bad beginning for a friendship, and it is far the best ending for one. Society exists only as a mental concept. In the real world there are only individuals. I have the simplest tastes. I am always satisfied with the best. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. It is better to be beautiful than to be good. But it is better to be good than to be ugly. There is no sin except stupidity. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. You will always be fond of me. I represent to you all the sins you have never had the courage to commit. I have nothing to declare except my genius. Everything in moderation, including moderation. I think God, in creating man, somewhat overestimated his ability. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. Life is never fair. And perhaps it is a good thing for most of us that it is not. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple. And the simple thing is the right thing. There are only two tragedies in life: one is not getting what one wants and the other is getting it. The mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death. Deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Women are made to be loved, not understood. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Men always want to be a woman's first love. Women like to be a man's last romance. There is always something ridiculous about the emotions of people whom one has ceased to love. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. To define is to limit. The advantage of the emotions is that they lead us astray. I am not young enough to know everything. No man is rich enough to buy back his past. We are each our own devil. And we make this world our hell. To expect the unexpected shows a thoroughly modern intellect. With freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy? A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I am old, I know that it is. Whenever a man does a thoroughly stupid thing, it is always from the noblest motives. True friends stab you in the front. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Success is a science. If you have the conditions, you get the result. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Between men and women, there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. Men marry because they are tired, women because they are curious, both are disappointed. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. Whenever people agree with me, I always feel I must be wrong. I can resist everything except temptation. He has no enemies, but is intensely disliked by his friends. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people whom we personally dislike. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his.